Good day, everyone. Our topic for today is all about flipping the classroom. For the overview, students and teachers are now facing the new normal kinds of education, the blended learning. Blended learning combines classroom learning with online learning. There are various levels to which a blended learning approach can be taken. In these lessons, we will discuss how educators can engage students in both face-to-face learning and online learning as components of blended learning. We will also go through the different writing-to-learn strategies. As for the learning outcomes, at the end of these lessons, the students are expected to, first, discuss what is blended classroom learning. Second, discuss how blended classroom instruction can be effective in teaching and learning mathematics. Third, discuss how writing-to-learn techniques facilitate learning in mathematics teaching. And last, construct writing-to-learn worksheet. So first of all, what is the blended classroom learning? Blended classroom learning. It is a style of education in which students learn via electronic and online media as well as a traditional face-to-face teaching. This teaching methods incorporates digital learning with traditional methods, creating a blend between teacher-led and student-driven learning. An example of these methods involves using an online resources for activities and directing students to illustrate how they get their answers in their math journals or as a group. Some related and parsing of this topic are blended education, e-learning, remote learning, hybrid learning, and flipping the classroom. All of these practices involves learning the concept to place or distance and the use of technology. There are 6 models of blended learning. The first is the face-to-face driver model. The second is the rotation model. The third one is the flex model. The fourth is the online lab model. The fifth is the self-blend model. And then the last one is the online driver model. Face-to-face driver model. Of all the blended learning models, face-to-face driver is closest to a typical school structure. With this approach, the introduction of online instruction is decided on a case-by-case basis, meaning only a certain student in a given class will participate in any form of blended learning. The face-to-face driver approach allows students who are struggling or working above their grade level to progress at their own. The second model is the rotation model. In this form of blended learning, students rotate between different stations on a fixed schedule, either working online or spending face-to-face time with their teacher. The rotation model is a more widely used in elementary school. It is a blended learning was determined to be an effective means of increasing the achievement of the students. It is the effective means also of increasing the achievement of the students. For the result, students became more active learning. The third model is the flex model. With this approach, material is primarily delivered online. Students independently learn, practice new concepts of digital environment. The flex model of this approach is used by Advanced Path Academy, a blended learning school which works with school district partners to address the needs of students with behavior. The fourth model is the online lab model. In this scenario, students learn entirely online but traveled to a dedicated computer lab to complete their, their coursework. In this model, students in need intervention and had more face times for teachers. The fifth model is the self-blend model. This model is popular in high school. A self-blended model of blended learning gives students the opportunity to take classes beyond what is already offered in their schools. In order these methods to blended learning to be successful, students must be highly self-motivated. Self-blend is ideal for a student who wants to take additional advanced placement and courses. The last model was the online driver model. This is opposite to the spectrum of the face-to-face driver model. Students work remotely and material is primarily delivered online platform. This is a this model of blended learning is ideal for the students who need more flexibility and independence in their daily schedules. So, the blended classroom instruction in mathematics. Mathematicians acknowledge the values and importance of blended learning approach in teaching math, taking advantage of different mathematics software. Blended and flipped learning places the ones on students to engage with online materials and encourage students to take ownership of their learning. The blended learning also offers other innovative ways for the students to learn and engage with mathematics through their capacity to enable learning anywhere and anytime, the ability to capture and annotate and share multimedia blended. We came now to the writing to learn strategy. What is a writing to learn strategy? Writing to learn strategy, it fosters the critical thinking requiring application and other higher order thinking skills. It uses impromptu and the short or informal writing tasks assigned by the teacher. It is less structured than disciplinary writing. The writing to learn strategy frequently uses journal, logs, microthemes, response, and etc. In writing to learn strategy, students must be given opportunity to process their ideas before, during, and after new learning takes place. Mathematicians should write clearly and effectively for the students to understand. It must be more than just copying. Writing is more than just copying. And the information must be personalized. There are different writing to learn strategy. The first one is the descriptive writing, a style of writing that focuses on describing the character, event, or place. It can be poetic when the author takes the time to be very specific in his or her description. The second learning strategy is the expository writing. It is predicted an exposition or the descriptions of explanation for a particular idea. It is a fact-based and doesn't include the author's opinion. It plays crucial role in transmissions of ideas. The third one was cause and effect writing. It determines how various phenomena relates on terms of origin and result, and it involves usage of specific data and formulas in order to present conclusion. One of the example of this writing was writing a cause and effect relationship between high wage and inflation. The fourth writing to learn strategy is a persuasive writing. Persuasive writing. It is a nonfiction writing that encourages careful word choices, the development of logical argument. There are two main components of persuasive writing: the logical appeal and then the emotional appeal. The last writing to learn strategy was the narrative writing. A writing that is characterized by a main character in a setting who engages with a problem or event in a significant way. Writer who uses the narrative style are telling the story with a plot and character. It is most common writing style for a fiction. Constructions of sample of the different writing to learn strategy. Students should already know how to write effectively when they came to their classrooms. Students have learned to write from their English language and art teachers, but they actually do not know how to apply these skills in mathematics. Therefore, mathematics teacher will find that they may have to explicitly teach and provide scaffolding for each other for these strategies. The following are the samples of the different writing to learn strategies. Here is the example for the descriptive writing. This is for expository writing. And for the cause and effect writing. For the persuasive writing. And for the narrative writing. So that would be all for the discussion. And let's come to assessment tasks. Here is the direction. Answer the following question comprehensively and write your answer on the A4 sized bond paper. Number 1. Using a single word, describe blended classroom learning and discuss why you choose that word. Number 2. In a capsule form, discuss how blended classroom instruction can be effective in teaching and learning mathematics. Number 3. Discuss how the different writing to learn strategy facilitates learning in mathematics teaching. Thank you for watching. I hope you like it.